Hey, what's up? Live listeners of Adobe Radio, thank you for tuning in live. If you are listening live, hit us up with a tweet or Instagram and let us know what you're thinking of the show. We'll tweet back. And if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. And what else, Peyton? Do we tell them to comment as well?
Yeah, comment.
All the chores.
All the chores.
Yeah.
Whatever you can interact with, just do it.
Yeah. And a lot of you actually have been subscribing to our YouTube channel. We've been watching those numbers grow. And I just want to say thank you so much. It really does help us. And coming soon, more Make Wesam Laugh challenges with giveaways, Amazon gift card, a Google Alexa version, whatever that is. Teslas.
So many Teslas.
So many Teslas. The new Cybertruck.
Yep. We got it here first, folks.
Yeah. Cybertruck giveaways. That's insane.
I know.
And so, enjoy the show. Ryan, Bassel. I said that backwards. Ryan, Bassel. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us. This is a great honor, Wesam.
Yeah.
We're in Wesam's world right now.
I know.
We have to,
What's it like?
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty treacherous getting here on the freeways and stuff, so it was a journey, and we made it into your world.
Thank you. You guys are coming from Eagle Rock, right? No.
Close there. Small town next to it, La Crescenta.
La Crescenta.
Yeah.
What's your address? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I'll show you after.
No, one of the reasons, or the main reason I should say, I really wanted to have you guys on the show was to talk about your incredible athletic prowess of being able to run these ultra marathons, because I do a little running. Like I run 1 mile to 3 miles, every session that I do, and I'm exhausted after that. So the idea of running 51 miles is so out of my view that I'm like, okay, I got to talk about how you guys are able to first build up to that. And then I want to talk about too, when you're running and you start getting in your head and you're like, I'm going to die, like you're breathing really hard. And how do you guys overcome that? Because I know how to overcome it at mile 1 or mile 2 or mile 3, but at mile 32, I don't know what's going on in your heads. Does that make sense? What you're feeling in your legs. Oh, yeah. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, and also the kind of the team that it requires sometimes, which I didn't know. Do you follow David Goggins or Cameron Haynes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those guys are insane.
Yeah,
insane.
Very intense.
200, 200 Moab, what is it, 200? Or
Moab Bassel like 135, the Moab 135.
Yeah.
But it's like 100 degrees heat, even 100 degrees greater.
Even heat. Like the Badwater, what's that, like 250 or 2?
Oh, the Moab, I think the Moab is 200. Yes, the Badwater is 135, the Moab is 200, you're right. Yeah,
I have no
something
idea.
like that. Something like that. Some crazy mileage.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
Anything past 100 just doesn't make sense
anymore. Yeah, those guys are really intense. I have been following them for years, and that's what kind of got me into running, just seeing that it is possible. David Goggins and Cameron Haynes, he came from being a bigger dude and low self-esteem and stuff, and he built himself through running and through setting goals. That's basically what running is, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Because
the principles they talk about, I've applied to acting, and it helped me tremendously progress forward in my career and everything. And so I love the parallels that can be applied to everything.
Everything in life. Yeah. I mean, literally, it's just, one step at a time. If you think about the total mileage that you're going to do at the end of it, it's exhausting to think about. But if you think about it like, just got to go 1 mile at a time, 5 miles at a time, take it in increments and do that with your day-to-day life, things become, a little bit easier, more in the present.
Yeah, man. Actually, you nailed it on the head. There's something the Navy SEALs talk about. They say one evolution at a time when you're in the BUDS training camp. So you're not thinking about later on in the day when you have to run 6 miles. You're thinking about the next evolution, like one evolution at a time, the one you're doing at that moment, or else you get overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I can only imagine, like, you're in school and you have all this like studying to do. That's why it's not good to cram. You got to pace yourself with it. So then let's talk about, you guys started running whenever you guys were younger, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And had that been consistent throughout your lives, or were there breaks you took?
No, so I signed up for my first marathon when I was in 7th grade, but it was like by force. My parents wanted me to lose weight. I was a little chunkier kid in middle school, so they wanted me to have like something that I could do every day after school, kind of be healthy, like a healthy lifestyle. So I joined this group, Students Run with LA, and it's for like lower income areas. They have these students go out and run the marathon. They sponsor them. So I was like part of one of those groups. And I ended up running the marathon. Never thought I would do it as a kid, and I felt like I could do anything, and like anything was possible. So the next year I wanted to do it again, 8th grade, and at that point Ryan was in 6th grade. So I was like, "Hey, do you want to do this with me or run the marathon?" He's like, "Yeah."
Which was pretty crazy because they never had anyone like that, at least in our like middle school. And so my elementary goes to 6th grade. Our middle school is like 7th, 8th grade. So we had to like petition to let me in. They were like, yeah, let's see, are you going to be able to do this? Are you motivated to it? Are you mature enough to do it? And all of that. So, it took a little bit of convincing the coach, but they let me join with them. And, I really just did it because Bassel, that's kind of like the theme of the story.
Yeah.
He does, I'll try to do it too. So
it's great. Yeah, it's great to have him. It was great to have him as company. And then, so anyways, we finished the marathon, and then after that, that was only in middle school. So this is like 20 years later. Now we're here. But throughout that time, we did swimming, and we're always staying active.
That's right.
But we went through like many low points in our life. Like I went and gained like 80 pounds like when I was in college, and all this. Ryan stopped running because he broke his knee. He had to get knee surgery. He got his knee screwed together.
I've had so many messes.
Yeah.
Whoa. For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
From swimming and running, or
No.
just
No.
what happened?
Something.
It's telling the story. It's a funny story.
Oh, now we gotta know.
All right. Well, all right. It was at Coachella.
Of course.
Just to start off with that, there's this thing. It's like fire, like poi. It's like a chain with a ball on it that's on fire. Obviously not doing that at Coachella, but they have like the light ones, right? It's just this rope with like a rubber ball, and on the inside is like the plastic for
LED strobe light.
Yeah. So you're doing that.
Cool,
just going across
cool
like you do like this little windmill thing, and I was coming across my body, and I guess I don't know, my leg stepped in a certain way, my kneecap was loose enough.
Oh man.
This thing came across, knocked it out of the park. Like I explain it like a driver in golf. You can just that perfect tick. You hit that ball far when it hits perfectly. Knocked it out.
And this was in the middle of the dance floor in like one of those like tents, one of the dance tents, the house music tents. It was like it's
like 9 p.m. at Coachella. So dislocated my knee there.
Are you on the floor screaming?
Nah, not yet. I think the adrenaline was still kicking in.
He was still dancing.
Wait, what, for real? He's like, no, he was screaming.
We were waiting for like the paramedics to come, but it was just taking so long. So I've been super into hands-on stuff. So I just had my cousin pull my leg, put it back into place, put a scarf around it, tied it up, went to the ER the next morning, and found out I broke the back third of my kneecap. So I have two screws in my knee.
Hey man, hold on. You went past that so casually. So yeah, my cousin, he put my leg back together.
No,
and then I went to the ER
I
tomorrow
put it
morning.
together. I just had him pull it for me, straighten it out as much as possible, so I can just just like shift it back into place.
And you went to the ER the next morning?
Yeah.
Not right away.
No, couldn't.
Who was playing?
No one. I mean,
No.
just
Oh, you
like
just-
well, the worst thing about it was, I don't know if you ever seen Coachella, been to Coachella, but there's the parking lot is probably like 2 miles from the actual place, and they wouldn't take us in the whatever the go-karts. They said,
Why?
sorry, I don't know. They were like, you need a medical reason. If you take the go-kart, you have to stay here and some weird thing.
Gosh.
I'm like, dude, I have a broken knee. So I had to hop on one foot or like get kind of carried with my friends and cousins and stuff like that for like 2 miles. I think that's a game changer for my left leg. Got a lot stronger. My right leg's the one that I broke. So yeah.
Wow. Well, that's insane.
Yeah.
Man, I messed up. I almost died skiing. First time I went skiing because I decided, it's not, I'll just learn how to do it because it's an easy thing to do, right? No, it's not. And so I went on, what is it, the Blue Diamond?
Yeah.
So it's like a pretty
Intermediate.
But I wasn't going side to side. I was just going straight down, and I got too much speed, and then I fell. And if I didn't fall where I fell, the course curved, and it's just a drop-off cliff.
Man, what the heck?
I tumbled a bunch, and then when you're hurt.
Yeah.
That's as soon as I stopped, I was like, oh, there's that pain, that special pain where you're like something really is messed up.
What happened?
Yeah. Oh, I had to like, I don't know what you would call it, but weirdly ski down this mountain with my knee already swelling up. And at the time I didn't have health insurance, so I just went to a family doctor, and he was like, well, just give it a few months, and if there's no pain after a few months, then you don't need surgery.
Wow.
And so I was like, okay, cool, I'll wait till a few months. So it took about 6 months before there was no pain. Then I looked up YouTube videos on how to rehabilitate it.
So you don't know what happened to it? You don't know if it was dislocated or broken or something?
Meniscus. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know. He said if you're lucky, you ripped your meniscus on the side that has blood flow, because there's
Thing like repairs. I have no idea.
Yeah. So do you think that it probably healed better because he didn't know what was wrong with it? Like maybe like if it was broken, you probably went, okay, I shouldn't be doing much walking, or I don't know.
I don't know, but I know I was still serving tables at the time. This was like a long time, so that was fun. Trying to hobble along for 6 months. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So that kind of like goes into like running. Like if you're running 3 miles, like even 2 miles, you're gonna feel some sort of pain, right, in your legs, and once you start going to the 5, 10, 15, but it's kind of like differentiating between like something being broken and damaged versus just like pain, like a soreness pain.
Yeah.
A fine balance for that. For sure.
How do you guys distinguish? He's like,
I haven't really got any like major injuries while I've been running. Like sometimes I feel like my knee is gonna like pop out, but it doesn't like pop out of its place, or it's like something's gonna snap there, but nothing actually happens. It's just like pain, from running like hundreds of pounds of your body weight on this part of your body is gonna have some pain.
Yeah.
So like, do you ever get?
I don't know. I've had multiple injuries. Spoke about my knee. I broke my collarbone snowboarding. So like, I know when it's real pain.
Yeah.
But like the casual pain, it's just part of it. Like it just feels tight. It feels sore. It's kind of your body telling you, I don't want to do this anymore, but you just kind of have to push through that.
Yeah.
And then, right after that, it goes away, and then something else starts to hurt.
Of course.
It's just like a constant process of that. But yeah, I think like if it's a really sharp pain, if it's really, really tight, if it's, sometimes you just need to take a break, reevaluate it. But if it's to the point where like you can't move, then yeah.
I notice if I stretch because of yoga and everything, the more I've been stretching and doing yoga, the less I haven't had knee pain in such a long time.
Yes.
Because of all of that. And if I don't stretch properly before a run, I'm feeling more things get tight, because I'm getting older. I'm like 34.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling the difference in my body between now and in my 20s.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
turning 27, 26 right now.
29.
Yeah.
Well, Wesam, yoga is amazing, and I know you're a yoga teacher. Like you're a certified teacher now, so you probably know like in order to run, you have to do stretches, and like yoga is the best way to stretch, in my opinion, and like forces you to sit down and follow someone's movements and stuff. So that's another good part about like running. Like you're gonna get this soreness, so it kind of forces you to do something else that's beneficial for your body, like eating healthier, or in your case, like stretching and doing yoga. In my case too, I have a lot of knee problems, but yoga is what keeps the pain away.
Yeah.
No, stretching is critical. I mean, like there are so many times where I just felt, after a long run that you get tight, and just immediately after that long run, just do a super light stretch just to kind of get your legs relaxed a little bit, and then throughout the week just keep it up. Also, flexibility goes a long way too. You're using all these different parts of your body on this run, so they need to be relaxed and taken care of. And so
I've been switching it up because I read somewhere, or not read, I was listening to a podcast of this doctor, and he's like an athlete as well, and he talked about it's good to run backwards as well. So I'll do a little bit of my running backwards, because it forces a different movement for the legs that they're not necessarily used to, and it's just like increasing like your, I don't know if it's like range of movement necessarily, but yeah, I don't know if you guys ever train a little bit like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think I've heard and I've tried and tested that walking backwards on an incline or flat, it strengthens the muscles around your knees, like kind of keeps everything in balance, because always moving forward, putting a weight on the forward parts of your muscles. Yeah. So walking backwards, Ryan.
Yeah. No, we live like where we live is like pretty hilly, and so sometimes we'll just do like a long like mile backwards walk, and you just get like into a squat position and really push through with your knees and whatnot, and I don't know, it feels really nice, kind of helps alleviate some of the pressure that's usually there, works different parts that support your day-to-day movement. So
I even go at the gym, I do Stairmaster. Like the last 5 minutes I'll go backwards. I look like a complete weirdo, like but it feels so good to go backwards on the Stairmaster.
It does. Elliptical for me. I like the elliptical, like going
backwards
on a nice elliptical.
Do you stand on it backwards?
No, like if it's because there's some of those crappy ellipticals that really don't feel like your range of movement. You're like, this is feels like it's doing more damage to me than help. But if you get like a really nice one which has like a wide range of movement and like you feel like you're actually kind of stepping, I'll do that backwards and it'll mimic pretty well like backwards running.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the elliptical bikes? I see them sometimes if you go down to the beach. People have like these bikes, like it just moves. It's an elliptical.
Wait, what?
Pretty cool.
Elliptical
bike?
Like
they're on an elliptical, but they're on a bike that wheels and they're moving. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always some older guys. Yeah, I definitely want to get one of those one day.
It looks super cool.
Dude, you know what? I love stuff like that. If it encourages like movement and exercise,
whatever gets you out.
You know what? Good. Yeah, go for it.
I mean, if that's what you do at the gym, then just take the gym outside.
Well, I should never judge anybody for those. You know those crazy people you see at the gym? That's me on my early morning runs. Yeah. Because, like you said, it sucks to wake up super early, right? Yeah. So in my head, I have to think about like, I have to get this antidote of anti-venom to my brother who's on the top by this time, or else he dies. Wow,
okay. So you give yourself some little motivation to get up there.
Right. So I'm imagining things.
It's fun too. It's a fun.
Oh, is that it? Oh, dude, we're doing that.
Dude, imagine we have like a squad of these going around town. That'd be fun.
I mean, that guy in green looks like he's flying.
Oh, we got. Yeah, this guy's having a time.
He is so happy. Look at that. Oh my gosh, what Elliptigo. Hey, Elliptigo. You want to give us one? You want to sponsor us? Give us like 4 Elliptigos and we'll go to the beach on Santa Monica.
Sponsor.
Wow, yeah. Why not Elliptigo? Hey, I actually want to try this.
Okay, this one doesn't have the arm workout though. This lady's getting both the arm and the leg workout.
Are you bashing Elliptigo already? We haven't even gotten a sponsor yet, Bassel. Come on, dude.
Good point. we got to
try shout out to Santa Monica right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this guy's having a great time too. Everyone's having a great time.
I'm really curious to try this out, actually. Wow.
Yeah, you didn't need the gloves for those ones.
I had the when the COVID hit and I canceled my gym membership, I had the Rogue Echo bike. It's the Airdyne bikes. Do you know those? Have you ever gotten one of those? Yeah.
The fan has the fan kind of.
Yeah. So the harder you pedal, the harder the resistance. That's a workout.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so intense.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try one of those. But is that an arm work? That's an arm workout too. You're pushing and you're pedaling.
Yeah.
Rows. Doing the rowing machine.
Yeah. I love that.
It does everything.
Yeah. It feels miserable.
You can't. It's like really hard to go for like a minute without wanting to just throw up.
Yeah, it really is.
Like go hard for a minute. It's hard. It's terrible.
I have these bursts. And we'll get, by the way, for our listeners, we'll get back into the whole running thing, okay? We branch out, but we come back to the topic at hand. I sometimes have these like weird bursts of, you know what, today I'm going to row 10,000 meters. And by the way, it's not like I'm training up to that. It's just like, no, I want to do it to see how long. Or I want to burn 1,000 calories on the elliptical today, just because. And that journey inside like my mind of the ups and downs, and then like how your mind starts playing these, it starts talking to you like, hey, you need to stop, this is getting too much, oh, you're gonna injure yourself, or dude, you can't make it that far, and then you make it to like the 30-minute mark and you're like, whoa, I was not expecting to make it. No, you know what, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. How the heck is that basically the same during the whole like 51-mile run?
Yeah, I mean that's what we wanted to like bring up, like since you set your mind like, okay, I'm gonna do 10,000 meters, getting there is gonna be hard when you get to like 7,000 meters. It's gonna be like, oh, I have 3,000 meters left. Well, let's say your goal was to do 5,000 meters. When you get to 2,000 meters, it's gonna feel like it's super hard. So I think when you have your goal like set to something extraordinary, then it's a little easier to get there step by step.
Yeah, I mean, we actually were just talking about this today because we did a 3-mile run, and if you go in thinking you're gonna do a 3-mile run, and then all of a sudden in the run you say, oh, let's do 10 miles. It's hard. It's hard to just kind of shift your mentality. But like if you wake up in the morning and you say, all right, I'm gonna do a 10-mile run, or I'm gonna do this, like you're already set on it. And it doesn't mean it's gonna be easy and like flawless, but at least you're kind of already anticipating it. The mental aspect of it is huge. Just like how you want to approach it, how you want to think about it, I think is a really big driving point for getting through a lot of this. That, and the biggest one is like consistency. And it doesn't even mean that much work, but Bassel's my coach. I mean, I just been following him and kind of like letting him kind of guide through it. So yeah.
Wesam, so when you do like these 10,000 meter rows, like are you stopping at all, or are you just going the whole time? You're just going at it?
I'm psycho. Yeah, I'm just going to like there's blisters on my hand, like
okay.
like why, like, you know what I mean, like why?
Yeah,
There's
why?
just no reason, only for me to go, no, today's the day. I got to get the anti-venom to my brother. Like, what am I thinking here? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the why is the hardest question. Like people ask us, why did you do that? I was like, I don't know. I just want to do it. Like, just cross it off because you've been training for so long. You want to achieve your highest goal, like try to be your best self.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to go run 50 miles. You can do anything, but just working at it, being consistent is great.
Yeah. We that's like the question of the year. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, what are you running from? That's a really hard question to ask too.
Hey,
like,
that's getting too deep right now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get into that later. No, but hey, man, I think there's a Netflix documentary on the brain. There's a TV show or a science show on the brain, and they talked about why anxiety was it's something so primal for us that actually helped us avoid predators. So they like looked at this warthog, whenever it would see like a lion, its anxiety levels would shoot up, and so it would run. It would like all its body mechanics, and it would divert all blood flow to like the legs and everything just so it could get away. And that's why I think modern day people suffer with so much anxiety, but they just stand still and just compounds. I'm not saying this is for everybody. Like, you should go see a doctor, go see a therapist and all that stuff, and make sure figure out what's right for you. But for me, extreme physical exertion helps a lot with my anxiety.
Yeah.
90% of it for me goes away.
Dude, it's so easy to say that when you're like in it. Like, you've been training, like you've been doing this for years. It's not like you just started doing extreme training. Like, you've been building up towards where you're at. Like when you go on these morning runs, how did that all start, your morning warrior runs?
Oh, because in 2016 it was some things happened where I was in like a really bad place, and my anxiety was the worst. I was having panic attacks, and there was just a big shift in my life happening, and I felt a call to go to nature. And this is also getting a little like spiritual. I was trying to reconnect with my creator and have a personal relationship with that, because I needed to build that up for me. And so I remember just walking and being out of breath up the wisdom tree trail. Like, I wasn't good at it, I was out of breath, and I would just keep doing that. And so just waking up was a victory, and then making it and then coming down was a victory. And I felt good about, like, I'm not going to let this beat me, kind of thing. Yeah. So it was a gradual build up, Yeah.
When you say your creator, like your parents, or like something greater than that?
like God.
Yeah.
I needed an anchor.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and running can pull those emotions out of you. Like, whenever I'm running, you really get a runner's high. But like when you're done, it all comes down, and your anxiety is gone, your depression is gone, sadness is gone. For me,
I mean, no, for me too. Like, I don't know. There was I was studying for my qualification exam for my PhD, and I was devoting so much time to that between classes, between studying, between work, and all of that. Like, I didn't really have that time to exercise, and I just had these like really big like depressive moments. And one of the things that I had to try to force myself to start doing was just a little bit of exercise every day or every other day, just to kind of it really helped clear my mind a little bit. I don't know, give the endorphins or whatever my body needed to kind of recalibrate a little bit. And I think that's something that is super important. Exercise is really important, whatever it is, whatever you need to do, some kind of stretching, some kind of yoga, some kind of walking, anything. Just get yourself out and moving, and just
yeah.
But the average person like that's watching this would probably be like, wow, Wesam's saying I have to go and do this crazy run to go and feel better, but no one wants to do that. Even when somebody sees people running, they get like anger, like, man, why are these people running? They can just be walking. They look ridiculous running, because running is like you look weird, everyone's walking,
Not
taking
me.
their time.
I look like a superhero. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I look so good when I run.
Dude, you probably look crazy, man. if I saw you running, like when you go 5 a.m.
Yeah,
off the hill,
like it's usually an hour before sunrise. Yeah.
do you ever see any like hikers, like casual, like taking their time in the day?
Well,
hiking?
for my mom's sanity's sake, yeah, there are other hikers on that trail.
Oh,
at that time.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, dude, the 50 miler caused a lot of drama in our family, because like because it's something so extraordinary. It seems like you're gonna die during it.
Of course.
Yeah, to the average person. So even like my parents are like, they had to consult with our uncle, who's a doctor, and make sure it was okay.
And he was a runner too. Like he like did marathons all the time. Like my dad went up to him. His dad went up to him. He was like, so what do you think? Should they do it? Is it just gonna mess up their knees and mess them up for the long term? He's like, no, it'll be okay. As long as like if they're in a lot of pain during it, they stop. As long as they promise that's fine. But it's just, you have to train for it, obviously. But we actually didn't train too crazy. We can talk about that, but.
You had some light bulb go off there, Wesam.
Well, there's a couple of things I forgot to mention. First of all, that's such a mom thing. Is his knees going to be ruined forever?
Yep.
He has good knees. Please no. But.
No, dude, that's too true. I don't want to like laugh.
No, I know. Like, so at Wisdom Tree, it's in Griffith Park. There's a mountain lion there, P22.
Oh, okay.
So
tagged lion.
yeah, and I'm going at prime hunting hours.
Oh
right?
yeah.
But there is something. I'll be honest with you guys. It was so scary going in the beginning that early, because you're not in total like wilderness, but you're enough where if something went down, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Right. However, I asked certain survivalists that said the chances of a mountain lion hunting you or killing you is so slim.
Yeah.
And you'll be fine. You're actually more prone to get bit by a rattlesnake than get attacked by a mountain lion in LA.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. That made me feel better. But they were like, just make a lot of noise when you're running. So I'll play like my hardcore music or like Tool while I'm running. And so
awesome.
I'll be the only person just like blasting this screamo music. But there's something, I don't know, that happens too whenever you're that fearful. Like, it's so real. Do you know what I mean? When you're in these ultra marathons and the nature and like you're that deep, you're like, whoa, this is real life.
Yeah.
The city I live in is not, there's too many comforts there. This is real.
Yeah.
I love that feeling of it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
I feel that mostly for like swimming. Like we'll we've done a couple ocean swims for like a half Ironman or like half triathlon. And then there's like Dwight Crumb peer-to-peer from Hermosa Beach to Hermosa Pier to Manhattan Pier, 2 miles open water. And like that's anxiety driving. I think we have this fear of a shark attack just being out there. I mean, obviously there's tons of people, so it's not terrible, but like you can have that little bit of that heart rate and that pump. But it's pretty cool too, because you can kind of transfer it into pushing harder and faster to get out of there.
Rush.
Adrenaline rush for sure.
Yeah. It translates a little bit. I forgot to mention this though, like the reason why I also was doing that was because at the top there's a little place that I go kind of a little bit off the trail, and I would go and pray and meditate there and watch the sunrise, and I felt like I earned my time with my creator through that, you know. And also it was so much more easier to connect because I was so exhausted, and all those feelings of anxiety and everything, it was just like, no, I'm in the moment more. I feel like I'm more in the moment than ever. Also, because of my yoga training, I realized the breathing has a lot to do with it. The way you breathe and the way you flood your body with oxygen, and that could cause certain feelings in your body to be expressed out, or certain feelings to be released. It's pretty amazing.
Are you conscious of your breathing? Like, what's your breathing mechanism? Like through your nose, through your mouth? Are you thinking about that, or are you just...
Good question. So if I'm very focused on keeping a consistent pace, I will be going in through my nose, out through my mouth. Probably when I get more tired, I'll be going in through my mouth, out through my mouth, but it's a consistent, controlled breath. I'm never like going like where I'm not conscious. That actually helps me a lot keep a pace. What about you guys? How do you guys do?
It'll like slow you down, or it'll help you speed up, like, right? It'll help like control your...
Yeah, like I don't get tired. Like afterwards, like if I stop 30 seconds, I'm like, I feel great.
Yeah.
Rather than I wasn't breathing properly, if that makes sense. What about for you guys? How do you guys train your breath?
I'm not gonna lie, I get that. Like sometimes, you know, if we try to go a little bit faster, if we're doing like a hill run, and you just like, I try to control it, but then sometimes I just lose it. But it's always about being conscious in that moment and trying to recontrol it and just calm your breath down again. So taking a couple like deep breaths, try to hold it up through your nose, hold it, let it out through your mouth, and just kind of recalibrate back to some kind of controlled breath, especially in that moment where you're like, you have to kind of take that second to get back to just some kind of control. Otherwise, you just...
It really freaks me out when we run like a hill run, an intense run like that, and Ryan looks at his Apple Watch. He's like, "Dude, I'm hitting 200 beats per minute." I'm like, "Oh my God,
max
dude."
I've hit is like 210. I don't know. My average is like...
Is that
190.
accurate?
I mean,
the Apple Watch?
This is two different watches. Said the same thing.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I think my average for like most runs is like... Depends, but can go up to like 185, 195. I think the average for the 50 miler is like 185.
185. Okay, yeah, that's where I've...
For 50 miles.
Yeah. Well, that's actually... Now, I used to wear one. Man,
yeah, I stopped wearing one too. I'm
210, like sometimes I hit like a peak if we do like a sprint, or if we're just running up a hill for a while, and like if it's steep enough. I don't know. My heart rate has always kind of...
But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing to have the watch. It's a good thing because then it's like, okay, it's kind of extreme, you know, kick it back a bit. But it's also nice to not have the watch and just in your own self be like, okay, I'm pushing it kind of hard. I should breathe through my nose and just
I don't really look at it like, I don't like, oh, my heart rate's at this. That doesn't, you know, I feel it. I know when my heart rate's just like going off the charts. Like,
well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I can feel like where I'm like, yeah, I'm at 160 right now. I'm not gonna die. I can maintain this, even though I feel tired. I'm like, no, this is 160, and then I can usually feel when I'm like, oh, this is 180. This is what I feel like at 180, where I'm like, this is not sustainable. Maybe pull back a little bit for whatever reason. I can feel the difference in my body at those things.
Dude, one time I went on your live sessions while you were running up the Wisdom Tree mountain. And I don't think we were following, like I was following you. I don't know if you knew who I was. I have like an incognito name on Instagram. I kept on asking you, how many miles are you running? How many miles are you running? In the comments, but you never answered my question.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So I get to ask you in person now. How many miles is the Wisdom Tree route? Not that it matters.
34.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
No, I'm kidding. Totally joking. Totally joking. It's not that long, dude. Just under there and back. 3.
Does it start from Griffith? Do you park it like not like up the observatory?
No.
From there? No.
It's all west. It's on the westernmost part of what Griffith Park is, and then I park in a neighborhood on a street, and then I make my way up a street neighborhood, and then the gate to Griffith opens up, and then it's a little gravel part, and then the actual trail to Wisdom Tree starts. I go up to Wisdom Tree, then I keep going about halfway to the Hollywood Hill sign. It's actually the top peak at Griffith where I'm at.
Oh, I see.
And that's where I kind of like take my break. I do like my mountain toll, I call it. So I'll do 100 push-ups and 50 V-ups and stretch a little bit up top, pray, meditate, and then make my way back down.
Yeah, awesome. You should have like a Groupon or like a something like, oh, come with me on this.
Oh,
like
no.
a morning spiritual journey.
No, make it a business.
Make it a business.
Make
yeah.
it a business.
No, honestly, I don't really invite anybody to go with me, and because I wanted you guys to come, because because you guys are runners, and we've known you guys for a long time, and we come from the same background, so I don't like to share that with a lot of people. That's why
I would be very interested in doing it. Yeah.
Whenever you're not busy, because
I'll be done in a month.
In a month. Okay, let's do it in a month then.
All right.
So we're saying, what if like one of your Instagram followers messaged you, hey, I want to join you on this run? What would your response be like?
No.
No. It's like
you need it. It's your personal time. Like,
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah. Okay. And if they're like offended that I said that, I'd be like, well, reflect on yourself. Do we know each other? No. Do you want to meet a total stranger at 5 in the morning?
What if they showed up? What if they showed up at Wesam Tree and they're like, hey, I want to run with you. I always see you running here. Can I join you?
I'd be like, I'm not going to stop you from following me, but like I'm not going to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
How does that sound? And then I would make a really drastic effort to leave them in the dust.
Try to go as fast as you
and
can.
be like, bye.
Or go,
You can't handle this.
I'll call the mountain lion and be like, and it'll come and take care of it for me. No, I'm kidding. That was weird.
I like it though.
I'll tell you one time I got I got scared so bad once. So if you're lucky, there are these beautiful times where there's low fog and you start off the run in the fog and then you're above the clouds and you feel like you're in another part of the world.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely one of the most amazing sunrises you can get, etc. But the fog part is terrifying because sometimes you can only see from here to like past that door and it's just fog and you're like, okay, cool, the devil's going to come out. Right?
Yeah, that's intense.
No joke. I hear branches breaking and the bushes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Something big, and it's a male deer.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh my God, whoa. And then he got scared and he ran off, right? But again, it's those moments where you're like, whoa, this is real life.
Yeah,
you
especially when you're by yourself.
Forget where you are.
That.
You just forget everything. Yeah.
I run with my a 6-foot bow staff. It's like bamboo for like, stability, but also for like protection because you don't know what's going to happen. I also run with like a pocket knife just in case, like, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
And I have my powerful flashlight. So I'm ready, Mom. Mom, I'm ready. Everything's fine. My mom is not enjoying this podcast. Now she knows the real danger of the run.
I can't believe we exposed it. Sorry.
I know. No, but there's lots of other people on the run, on the trail. So it's,
We'll be joining you next time.
No, but there's something amazing. I don't know. It's just, LA is a very unique place. Listen, it's.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to be like a big proponent for LA living, but I'm not like saying it's the worst place in the world to live. There's lots of good things. There's lots of bad things.
Yeah.
It's too busy for me now where I'm at in my life. I like quiet. I like solitude. And so I honestly don't know how I would be mentally like on mile, let's say 40, when you're still in the wilderness. You have 10 miles to go, or like the Moab when you're on halfway there, 100 miles. Like, I've hiked 12 miles. That's insane.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. When is it going to end?
Yeah. Doesn't end.
Well, that's where having someone else comes into play, like in your training or during these long runs. Like we push one another. We have random conversations and just talk about the most random stuff in life.
While you're running?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't have headphones
No
headphones the entire 50-mile run for most of our runs. I just don't like it. Bass likes it a little bit more, but I just can't. So it's just like a time where we just sit and talk about all sorts of things. I think,
sit and talk or no?
Sit and talk,
Yeah. Sorry. I just want to make sure I didn't miss it.
At that point, we're just meditating.
Yeah, but at that point, like we're just kind of flowing, like moving along. Like, might as well be sitting.
Wait. What's the pace though? Like, if you guys are talking and running, because I'll be honest with you, like, You're at a 9 mile a minute pace, 8 mile a minute.
Today we hit like a 8:15 pace. We were talking casually.
Yeah, we talked the entire time.
Oh, you guys are more in shape than me with running.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, we have 50 miles. But dude, if I don't run for 2 weeks, I'll go back to square one with running. It's just like such a like
Wow.
body.
it is one of those things you just have
It
to
sucks
keep doing.
because like you always have to feel like you have to keep running, which is what pushes like makes you anxious. Like if I see somebody running and I'm driving, I'll be like, I have to run. This guy's running and I'm not running.
Addict.
Yeah, dude, it is a drug. Running is a drug, but it's like a great drug. That's why people like don't like running. Like telling like even my girlfriend, she never ran at all. Like zero. Like running 1 mile was like the craziest thing for her. And I'd be like, oh, I'm going out for a 10-mile run. She'd be like, what the hell? Why are you doing that? Like, why do you have to do that?
Yeah.
I'm just going for a run. Like, what the heck? It's like going for a run. So yeah, go do that, and then I'll tell her, oh, you should come with me. Like, it's fun. She come with me, have a horrible time because I'm just like so happy.
Yeah.
And me and Ryan, especially when we're together, we like bother everybody that hates running with us. Wait, what were you gonna say, Ryan?
No, I was just saying like.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to make sure we got the mic in a good place for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
If you just want to adjust it where this part is facing you.
Oh yeah, I had
Here,
it. Where was it going here?
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Are you
I don't really
good?
know how
Is he
that
good?
happened.
He's good
Thanks,
right now?
Peyton.
Okay, cool. Yeah, of course.
No, like we got both of our girlfriends to do the marathon with us, and they've never done anything.
Any physical activities? No
Like-
sports in high school.
Wow. That's
Very-
incredible, man.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's cool. It was a great like I've always wanted to become like a running coach or something, so it's kind of like a good like to show like anybody can run if you just want to run and you don't have a broken leg, anybody you can go and run.
Even if you have a broken leg, I think
Yeah, I guess so.
we can get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say.
If you have a broken leg, no running for you. I like that. How in
Dude, but
broken
saying
is-
that-
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Saying
Yeah.
that bothers people. Like, oh, you can go run. Like, you can go
You
run.
know- no. You make a good point here, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. I know.
No,
you're
no,
gonna-
no.
This is a great point you're making because I understand that perspective. Whenever they're like, I can't run, that feeling. You can. It just takes like building up to that. It takes
just
a
like
lot.
baby steps. I mean, it just a little bit at a time and just consistency to really build up to it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it. Like, no one's gonna like running in the beginning. Like, I still dislike running. Like, me to go running today sucked. Like, I did not want to go running today, but I just had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt I didn't want to. I'll be honest with you. What happened? Ryan, you chickened out. You didn't want to go wake up early.
No.
I was gonna say something else, but I wanted to keep this episode PG. I'm kidding.
We'll take it offline.
We were supposed to so I woke up a little later, but I was exhausted. I had a really long, mentally exhausting day yesterday, and I set my alarm to 7, and then 7:15, and I just laid in bed till 7:45, and I was like, I need to run today at least 1 mile because we're doing this podcast. I would feel ashamed if I didn't run today for this. But I think here's the thing. Most of the time, I'm the same. I never enjoy the beginning part. And during it, I don't enjoy it. Every single time, I've always felt so good that I've done it.
Yeah.
You never look back and regret it.
Never once out of every single time I've exercised, even the times I got injured, honestly, never.
Yeah.
I mean, the hardest thing is just getting started. Just like that, putting your shoes on and walking out the door, I think is probably one of the harder mental blocks. But once you start, like that first mile could be a little rough, and it gets a little bit better. But that just initial part of it is super rough.
Yeah.
Just a big mental block.
Yeah, man, it's big time. But that's incredible that you were able to coach your girlfriends into running with you. And hey, kudos to the girlfriends. Seriously, that's not a small feat at all. And how long did that take to get them to that marathon point?
3 months.
Yeah,
4
4
months.
months. Yeah, 4 months. But yeah, 4 months of like you have like my thing was you have to run at least 3 times a week, but it can be anywhere between 2 to 5 miles.
Yeah.
They were usually doing like 3 mile runs 3 times a week, and like twice during the week, and then a long run on the weekend.
Yeah.
We do a long run, and then every weekend you just build up on that long run. The longest run we did was 18 miles before the marathon, and they still went out and crushed it.
Yeah.
For
What was
not
the
having-
time the entire time?
It's like 5.5 hours. We averaged like 11 something pace.
Yeah.
But for first time marathoners, like with only 4 months of training and not having run a mile
And I was
prior
like,
to that, it was pretty great accomplishment.
yeah.
Very great accomplishment. Yeah.
I mean, I remember like I would try to get us to do like a mile, and it was like super hard to like get that mile out. Just not want to do it. Try to do 2 miles, do a mile, and then walk a mile. She didn't want to do it. She didn't like doing it, but yeah, it was literally just this consistency. I think we did in total 10 long runs, like a couple 10 milers, a couple 13 mile, and then like a 15, 18. That's it. The rest of the time, it was just, running every other day. Doesn't matter, like 2 to 3 to 5 miles. And, once you start doing that, it becomes really easy to do 3 miles. Your 3 miles becomes like your baseline. Like, I'm not going to do anything less than 3 miles. And then you start just slowly building into it. But yeah, it's just a little bit at a time. It's so possible for anyone to really do it. And that's what we saw with this, like working with the girls. So, yeah.
You don't need some crazy reason to go run, like, oh, I'm raising money. Like, you don't have to be like raising money for some fundraiser, have something that you're running for. You should be running for your own self, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be getting first place, or like it's not a competition. You're just running at your own pace. You're just trying to finish this goal. So you can be running for your own mental health, whether it's to lose weight or whether you want to just stay in be healthy. It's a great practice to have. It's like a spiritual practice.
And again, it's useful for anything that you do in life. Like, you're always going to have something that you're working towards, something that's big, something that's hard. And you're just, if you think about it in the full term, like, it sounds impossible whenever you start something new, whatever that case may be. And it's a little bit of practice every single time. And, when you do something like a marathon or like a half marathon, something that is way beyond your comfort zone, like, you can take that and apply it to your day-to-day life. I mean, that's what I do right now. That's what I'm feeling right now. I feel like I'm at mile 38 and I'm exhausted. I don't want to do anything anymore. I just want to give up. But I know I'm near the end, and I just have to keep pushing until I get done with my degree. And like, it's just this one last month. And so just taking these, things that you learn from running and applying it to your day-to-day life.
There's principles
Lessons.
So Wesam, you're pretty knowledgeable about like bodily activities and stuff. Would you ever run a marathon?
Absolutely. With you guys, I do.
Yeah, let's do it next year.
Yeah.
So why haven't you done it yet? Like, what's?
I don't want to make other people feel bad.
Oh, okay. You don't want to make by you running the marathon. Okay, I see.
Dude.
Yeah. They'll see you running in the streets.
They'll be
but,
like,
this guy
oh
looks-"
my God,
Yeah.
see his glutes?
Yeah.
Those calves.
No, that's a good reason. Yeah.
Was that a superhero? That was Wesam. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
So you want to do
okay.
it? You want to do it?
I've done the Super Spartan, the 8-mile obstacle
Oh,
course.
okay. That's intense.
Like a fool. This is how I trained for it. I just went, yeah, I'll run Runyon twice. Cool. I'm ready. I'll do some push-ups.
Out of all the trails, Runyon Canyon, why?
Runyon Canyon twice. Maybe 3 times. I'm like, cool. I'm ready for 8 miles. That, by the way, Runyon Canyon is nowhere near 8 miles. Maybe it's 2 miles tops. I think. Maybe a mile down.
I've actually
maybe
never been to Runyon Canyon.
Yeah, same
Being
here.
in LA my entire life,
That's
I
such like a LA, like
have never wanted to go.
Yeah. I got a story about the first time I ran Runyon, which is funny. I ran the Super Spartan, and I finished it, but toward the last mile, every time I jumped, my calves were seizing up so bad that I just became, because you have to like jump over fences and stuff.
Yeah.
So immediately I would be like, here we go. And as soon as I jump, I'd feel them and I'd be like, okay, let's keep going. Because it's like up and down running.
All sorts of stuff.
All sorts of stuff. Yeah. But I was really happy when I finished.
You survived it?
Oh yeah. I felt really like proud of myself for doing it. It was very overwhelming. And I was like, oh man, I should have trained for this. Like
Yeah, training for it helps.
yeah. Yeah, it's only like 8 miles, but it's 8 miles of hill running.
Yeah, a lot of hills.
And then the obstacle courses were what really made you tired.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't finish them, you had like
to do burpees.
yeah, like 20 burpees. Which, by the way, 20 burpees after you've been running.
Yeah,
is a
and
lot.
There's like what 15 or so, maybe more than that, depending on like I forgot for like the super Spartan, but like if you skip every single one of those and do burpees every single time, you're doing like a couple hundred burpees by the end of it.
Oh yeah, you're doing a lot of burpees, and so but then also some of the things you don't expect to be draining on you, but like let's say the you had to fill up sand in those like huge paint buckets and like travel over a little small area and then empty it out, and that was like your obstacle.
Interesting.
Well, after mile 6, you're doing that. I mean,
your legs are tired, your arms are tired, and like you use your arms to move. I feel like people take that for granted. Like a lot of the times I finish a long run and my biceps, my shoulders are super sore.
Really? That's never happened to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the yoga, man.
It's the yoga. But you know, yoga.
Oh, it is the yoga, yeah.
Well, yoga. What I like about it, it's you versus you.
Yeah.
That's what I also love about. That's one of the main things I love about it, and it's a big mental game, you know. And I think all these activities, like the lessons you learn with running and everything, these all can be applied to life, to your struggles. And it's one of the best mental health things you can do.
For sure, yeah.
I'm not saying you don't need therapy or you don't need other stuff, but I definitely think it's mandatory for everybody.
I agree.
But it is the hardest. Like therapy is easy. Like I know I've been to therapy and I'll be like on therapy. You just walk, you walk in, you sit there, and you talk. Running is hard. You have to go out, put on your shoes, run in the street, and like there's cars everywhere, people watching you. It's a tough thing,
especially if you do it on your own. Like I can't. I absolutely can't run on my own.
Yeah.
I need someone to run with because it's so hard. But yeah, those mental barriers and blocks, like, yeah. Again, I think you can learn a lot from any of these workouts and just apply it to your life. These individual.
It doesn't solve everything. You'll still probably have to go to therapy and do all that stuff. But it's a good way to just be awake and be with your own self, as you're saying. It's like a one versus one.
It clears the junk out.
Yeah,
that's what I feel it does. It doesn't get rid of the problems, but it helps you approach it at a much better mental state than if you didn't do that.
Yeah.
And it gives you confidence, which I'm also a proponent of martial arts training. That helped me growing up so much, like just being confident in your own body, no matter what kind of body you have, you know?
Yeah. So like when I first started running, I was like 275 pounds, totally out of shape, like eating out every weekend.
How much?
275 pounds.
You?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a bigger dude. And my mom had a brain aneurysm 2 years prior to me starting running. And so one day I was just sitting in my room and I was watching the David Goggins Joe Rogan podcast, and this guy was talking about, I turned my life around. I used to be this height, like same height as me, same weight as I was. I was like, wow, okay, this guy did it. I can probably do it too. So then I started running, and it was kind of hard at first. And then a month later, I got a call from my mom's neurosurgeon. He calls and he's like, hey, I'm going to be running the marathon with a patient that just had a brain aneurysm last year. She's going to be running the marathon with me. Would you want to come and run as like in support of your mom's cause, like come and run for brain aneurysm awareness with this organization called We Run With You? Check it out. So I took that initiative. I was like, what? I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. If this lady's running the marathon and my mom's neurosurgeon, who's like a god, like he saved her life, I'm gonna go run with him. It'd be a great cause, something to do. So that whole year I was building up to running the marathon. The most I ran was like 15 miles because I was so out of shape and out of it. And then my brother decided to join too. So we ended up training together. It was a lot easier to train with somebody else. And we ended up doing the marathon. And then from there, it was like, oh, can you come do the marathon next year and run with it? Like run with that same group. It was a good, like, we got a lot of, we raised a lot of money, donations. I'm like, Ryan, do you want to join us this year? And
that's awesome.
Yeah, ended up joining us. And that was how our running journey started.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to lose all that weight? or to where you're at now? Not all of it.
Probably like 2 years, but like I have a lot of like loose skin, and I still have I still carry that weight like even though it's gone. But it wasn't. I didn't really do it for the weight. It was more like for running for a cause.
Oh, I love that, man.
Yeah.
If you're listening live on Adobe Radio, the show's over. We gotta wrap up. But thank you for tuning in. If you want to listen to or watch the full episode, tune into YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify tomorrow morning, and it'll be up. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. But
No worries.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's great.
Yeah.
How's your mom doing?
Yeah, she's doing a lot better. Yeah.
Good.
I always go on runs with her too, and she never wants to go running.
Yeah.
We only do like mile loops around the track, like 4 laps. But even for her, like running, like makes her feel better.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
Movement.
Yeah.
For older people, I think is so critical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, looking at like my mom and stuff too. They have like a lot of like knee pain and whatnot, and I think just you have to kind of get out there and start doing some, just even if it's just a mile walk every now and then, some kind of basic easy jog, run, walk, doesn't really matter, but something to just stay active, especially in older ages and whatnot. And it's good for your knee health. I think people have this perception that running's really bad for you, and I think if you overdo it, abuse it, do things without training, like you're gonna have some issues. But at the same time, if you like just do a little bit, I think it's really beneficial for your knees. And I speak from multiple knee injuries, and after these runs, I don't feel anything on them. I don't feel major knee pain on any of these runs or stuff. So
yeah. I think it's important for people, especially now with the age of YouTube. If you've never done this before, I highly recommend go on YouTube, look at like stretches to do before running, and just find some videos, watch them, see one you like, try that one out, and then try to run for as long as you can before you're like, I can't run anymore. And then from there, that's your mark. See if you can increase that next time you go. Maybe just do that for a few days, and then I don't know. Like it's just important to like set things step by step and know that it's not going to be easy, and that's okay. And a lot of times you're not going to feel like doing it, and that's okay. But you will feel so good that you've done it every single time, no matter what kind of, even the best athletes in the world have their off days and everything. Like they're not like constantly like hitting personal record today.
Running 3 miles sometimes is really hard. And like, again, like we've done a decent amount of mileage at this point, and it's like, it's hard. Sometimes everything hurts. You just have a really bad running day, and that's, that's part of it. But
I sometimes though, do you guys get that feeling when you're running and you feel like you could run forever?
Yeah.
That's one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah.
That runner's high, where you're just like, everything is super relaxed, loose, you're not feeling anything, you're just in this, I don't know, this like blissful world for whatever that time is.
For me, I always want to like share it on like social media, so I want to like go on Instagram like, oh, I'm running, this feels amazing. I look like an idiot.
Murasaki Murakami, I forget this Japanese author, he did ultra marathons as well.
Oh, wow.
And he wrote this part where he felt like he had an out-of-body experience at one point, where he saw himself like running in the middle of it, because he's been running for so long. He felt like his body was just a machine and it was separate from him, and he was like from third person watching himself.
That's
you guys ever experienced something like that?
That's the goal. I mean, we were 50 miles. I kind of like didn't really hallucinate or anything, but at that point you're just like exhausted that so many weird thoughts just go through your mind.
Yeah, like what? If you remember.
You have any weird thoughts, Ryan?
I was actually really surprised with this. I mean, I thought it was impossible to do this 50 mile. I like the beginning, and then like on top of that, we did the marathon the week later, and I thought that was even more impossible. And so like we're getting close to this, and we get it done, but I was really surprised. We didn't really have this moment of just wanting to give up. I thought I was gonna have some big mental barriers, some big physical barriers, and we didn't. I think what really helped was one, running with Bass. And it's not like we trained insane for this. Like we can talk, we bring that up. But running with Bass, we had the support of our families there with us, and then our girlfriends were able to pace us at some mileage points. So that was just really nice to have.
What does that mean?
Carry us through. What?
What do you mean they were able to pace you? Because I don't know what that means.
So I think it was mile 31 they were allowed to start running with us. And so they could have ran from mile 31 to mile 51. But they ran like 6 miles with us, just, helped be there, talk with us, kind of give their energy and space to us as well.
Okay.
Some people like start to get really exhausted, so you just need someone to, as like a pick-me-up, to kind of carry you forward, say, hey, we're gonna run at this, just try to stay with me and follow with me. But them, there's just like their presence was really nice, especially like the last 6 miles or 8 miles or so. They ran with us a little bit, they left us, and then they joined us for like the last 6 miles.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
I found an interesting video on TikTok. I wish I could pull it up, but it was actually showing kind of an efficient way of how to run, because I realized I was sometimes going too high up, if that makes sense, with my gait,
Knees?
like almost like jumping almost. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I felt like there was too much of a stride going. Like I didn't have something in like a more forward momentum motion.
Yeah. Did you try that out? You tried out?
Yeah, and actually helped out tremendously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like I wasn't. It looks more like a brisk jog than like a full. When you're full running, like a sprint. Yeah. It was very different from that, but I felt good about it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like to each their own. Everyone has their own way of running, right? We got all different bodies, but that could help someone telling you like, oh, land your foot here. So it could be helpful, but the true testament of your running form is like when you're tired. Your running form at that point, because you're not going to be focusing on how you're running.
True. Yeah.
But for the first 3 miles or so, it's nice. It's good to watch videos and how to have proper running form. That will help. But after that, I feel like it's your own body taking its own, kind of with yoga, right? You don't want to like touch your toes if you can't really stretch that far. Although you probably could be like hurting yourself. Same as running forms. You don't want to be like landing on your midfoot if your foot hasn't really developed those muscles yet, something like that.
Yeah, that's actually the bottom of my feet have been hurting like crazy.
Which is fine. Like that's how that's what happens, when you're running.
I've been moaning so much about it. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I've been getting massages on my feet.
Yeah.
Like, I've been telling like the person massaging, like, just dig in there, just make me cry. Yeah.
Do they do a good job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still pain. Like afterwards, I'm just still like sore, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm also I think it's the shoes. I think I'm time to get new shoes. They've run their
The
course.
shoes are pretty critical.
Yeah, they've run their course.
You were asking me about some weird thoughts about running. I'm just always thinking about food, like what I'm gonna eat, after the run.
Same.
Yeah. So I don't really like hallucinate.
In
like
yoga,
yeah.
I'll do like 2 hours in
Yeah.
like an evening, and by like hour and a half, I'm like, I'm getting in and out. I don't care about my six pack. I don't care about anything. I'm getting in and out.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's why it's tough to watch these elite like Instagram people that are runners. They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat this after my run, and I'm just gonna do like all this weights and stuff. I just want to sit down and have ice cream and just chill, which is fine, it's fine because you earned it. Yeah, I just wanted to say that because like you asked me, I'm like, I don't know what was I thinking about? I was just thinking about food. Like, I wanted a barbecue. I don't know.
Oh, giant sandwich.
Sandwiches.
I love sandwiches.
Yeah,
Any kind of burrito.
Yeah.
Burger sounds so good tonight. I might have to get a burger.
Yeah.
Might have to go to In-N-Out after this.
Yeah.
Really. Once you put that in your head,
Yeah.
now you've infected us with your In-N-Out.
I know. I'm sorry. It's so good.
It is.
And listen, I know people in the comments are like, well, Shake Shack has better fries. I don't care about all that.
Triple the price.
Thank you so much.
That's the first thing.
Triple the price. Okay. I'm talking about the burgers. It's fine. Anyway.
If something's free, then it tastes better than something you pay for, right? So if something's cheaper, it's gonna taste better than.
And it's consistent.
Sometimes. Yeah.
It's consistent. Like,
yeah, that's true.
You can go anywhere in California to like some really rural space, and if there's an In-N-Out there, it's gonna taste exactly the same as any In-N-Out anywhere. Yeah, just awesome.
Something weird happened recently. Within the last 2 years, I've been craving McDonald's. Haven't eaten it in over a decade.
Oh, really?
And then out of nowhere, I'll just be like, I want a Big Mac. And I'm like, what kind of government conspiracy? They're shooting something. And I'm like, what advertising have I seen? I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, I want their fries and I want a Big Mac.
Have you gone in to get it yet?
No, and I'm scared to, because I'm a little picky about restaurants. If I go into a restaurant and I see the people working, within 5 minutes, I'm like, I'm not eating here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'll look in the kitchen, peek, see the mess or lack of mess, and be like, okay, I'll eat it. Because my parents owned a restaurant.
Yeah, you're very knowledgeable of restaurant
Yeah, yeah.
etiquette and stuff like that. Yeah.
If it's a brand new location of McDonald's, I'll go eat there.
Yeah.
And if the service, I'm like, okay, everybody seems on top of it. Okay.
Brand new restaurant is always the best restaurant to go to, right? Yeah, that's a great
So
strategy.
I don't know.
No?
Dude, why
I mean,
not?
okay. There might be some like, still tweaking out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
that's true.
things that they get together. But yeah, I do agree. Okay, near the earlier stages of it, really good.
Listen, if you see a Jack in the Box that looks decrepit, right? You're going to have fun eating going in there. Like, I'm going to get the best burger ever. Good luck. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But this only applies in the U.S. If you go to like a different country and it's very out of shape,
yeah.
it's probably really good.
Like Japan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I missed. Next time I go to Japan, I'm getting McDonald's over there. 'cause
Yeah,
it's a
any
completely
McDonald's
different
anywhere outside of
yeah.
the U.S. is phenomenal.
thing.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, a Big Mac does sound so good right now. That brings me back to my college days because I used to eat so much in college and not gain any weight just because of,
Miss
you
those
know,
days.
you're right. Yeah, like I would go get the Big Mac, right, and then I get a chicken sandwich and then the large fry and then a large sweet tea, and I would eat that at like 11:30 at night and go to bed and be like, that's fine. Now,
That's the life.
no,
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore.
no.
Well, at least you've realized that.
Yeah. It is what it is. I'm making sure we hit all the things we wanted to talk about, like the training aspect, the mental aspect, what you guys actually did, the principles we learned through running, and how it can be applied to like life. I mean, we hit everything, I think.
Dude, yeah. Although I guess wanted to come here and like make it known that like anybody can run. Like,
Yeah.
And running is nothing crazy. It's fun. Like you should just have fun with it while you're doing it. Don't take it so seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like if you need some kind of motivation, find someone that you can, start running with and build that consistency together. And it's not impossible to do. It's everyone can do it. Start slow, start small.
You
and
should
just
definitely
be
have it
consistent.
on your bucket list. Try to do a marathon. And now it's like kind of more normalized doing a marathon, and
Yeah.
people are doing extreme stuff. So it's cool. Find someone to do it with. Wesam, if you want to join us.
I'm in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, you don't have to train with us. Like you have a crazy schedule, so you can always run on your own time, which you're already doing.
Yeah.
You just
We'll
increase
get our big runs together and
Yeah.
whatnot.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah.
And just LA Marathon 2023. See three of us out there.
You know what? We're doing it.
Yeah. Let's do
I've
it.
made a commitment on
Right here on air.
On air.
Everyone's watching you. So if you're not
Excellent.
doing it next year, yeah.
Dude, it's great. And then
No, you know what? Let's do it. If I'm in a different part of the country, I will just do my running with you guys on the other part because of scheduling and everything.
we'll
But
use,
I will stay consistent and make sure. Because that'll be
we'll
fun.
figure
I
it
want to
out.
run one marathon in my lifetime. I think that's fair.
Yes,
And
you should.
honestly, I want to do an ultra marathon too.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
I mean, for a marathon, like you don't need that long of a time. Like 4 months, and again, not super. Like you still have your weekends. It's just a couple of weekends of that 4 months you're doing some long runs, but for the most part,
Yeah.
it's not that time consuming. I think people have this misconception that it's like super time consuming.
Yeah.
But it's not. You just a little bit of commitment and a little bit of consistency.
Well, I'm running 3 miles. It's not like a crazy great pace, but 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
9
pretty
minutes.
good. That's good. That's
9
great.
minutes a mile,
Yeah.
which is not like fast, but it's fast for me right now. Like afterwards, I'm like, all right, okay.
I mean, when we ran the 50 mile, it was I think our pace was like 14:45. A lot of
A
elevation
mile?
gain.
Well,
Yeah.
we were running through
that's
sand.
still amazing,
elevation
though.
gain,
Sand elevation gain. I mean, like, but our goal was just getting through it.
finish it. Yeah.
And I think we were allowed up to 15 hours, and one of our goals was just to get like within or like close to 12 hours. So it was like 12 hours 30 minutes. That's running time, including like our stoppage and whatnot. But that was super cool.
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't have to be super fast. Our girlfriends did the marathon at like a 12:30 pace.
Oh wow.
Also,
our-
shout out marathon crew: Mazen,
Yeah,
Tanya,
Mazen,
Sahil,
Oh,
Neha,
Nicole.
Ryan, Nicole, Ali.
Yeah,
That's
we
awesome.
had a huge group, and it was pretty cool because it became like a snowball effect. Like, this person decided to join, and then they're okay, well, I'll do it.
Yeah, also
and then
one of our
more and
friends
more
ran
and
it
more.
ran it too. Because with us, just like he saw us doing it. He's like, okay, if these guys can do the marathon, I can probably do the marathon too.
Yeah.
That was probably everybody's thought.
Yeah.
Like, these two
Yeah, it's like,
guys.
all right, this person's doing it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And so that's happening again now.
And they just trained and did it. They finished it.
That's a
yeah.
little insulting.
No, yeah,
You're
at
like,
first-
you know what?
It is
If
and it
Ryan
isn't.
can do it, I can
I mean,
do
that
it.
that was my like.
People literally tell me
That's
if
the only
Bassel's
reason why I
running it, I can probably run it. Okay, yeah, I guess so. Like,
That's such an offhanded like insult.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it
Yeah.
though. It's like, okay, great,
Yeah.
welcome.
I mean,
yeah, come do it. That's amazing.
the reason why I did the 50 mile was like, all right, so we did the marathon. We were trained for an Ironman, and like we got there day of, and it got canceled because of a storm. This is in Sacramento for the Ironman in October, and we had the marathon the 2 weeks after LA Marathon. So we did that. Bassel had already signed up for the 50 miler, and we like did this marathon and like crushed it. And I was like, Bassel's like, yeah, I decided to sign up for this. I'm like, all right, let me. I think I'm gonna do it
The
too.
ultra, there's a
The
sign up
ultra,
for-
yeah,
yeah.
This is the sign up for the 50 mile for the ultra, and so I like went in and looked into that, and one of my main reasons was like, well, if Bassel's doing it,
Yeah,
then-
Bassel can do
if
it.
Bassel
Not
can do it, then
Bassel's
I'll
doing
then
Bassel
I'll do
can
it.
So yeah, and then
love
that
that.
kind of pushes him like during the run. If I'm still running and he's like out of it, he's like, God, this guy's still running. I'm gonna.
Yeah, there's
can
so
run
many
too."
times.
Yeah.
That's healthy competition.
Yeah,
that's
There
healthy
was so many times
Yeah.
because we ran the entire thing together, but there was like I think there was times where maybe Bass felt a little bit tired and I was still going, and that motivated him. But for me, like those last 12 miles, Bass was like going, and I just want to start walking and was pretty tired, and I see just keep going. So
Yeah.
it forced me to keep running through that last bit, which
Well, you're how tall?
6'3", 6 feet 3 inches. Yeah.
Yeah. My
It-
brother's like that height, and it's annoying because of the stride. I think that
Yeah.
helps.
yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
excuse.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
that's a good excuse. That's what it's a good excuse. Yeah. I don't think it has nothing to do with it. All the a lot of runners are shorter. It's a very varies.
It varies. It
Yeah.
very does.
Yeah.
But I just know that whenever I'm doing stuff with my brothers, it's always I'm between two giants. It's
Yeah,
just
for like
annoying.
shorter runs, for sure. Yeah, that'll make a difference. Like
But for
their
longer-
stride.
yeah.
For longer runs, I think it's more about just consistency and
Yeah.
how you are.
Oh, really?
on
I thought
your
it'd be the
feet.
opposite for some reason. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Who
know.
knows these days?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about it. But
My brother's man when he was running consistently, he was running 7-minute miles.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I
like,
think
oh
if
my
you're
God,
trying to
that's
run
really
Is
fast.
your brother that plays soccer?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
he's a beast.
Yeah.
yeah, crazy.
But he if you watch him, he looks like an alien that just got a human body and is figuring out how to move. So when he runs, you're like, how is this person moving A so fast and A still dominating the field? Like he shouldn't be doing what he's doing kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he make a TikTok how to run? I'll run like him.
Oh,
He should.
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he does have a TikTok. He was actually featured. One of his goals or one of his shots was featured.
Yeah,
on,
I actually saw that on like some viral soccer page. Like was
Yeah.
it like a crazy like penalty shot or was it?
It was like a corner kick, and then he
Oh,
just
okay,
like
okay.
side kicked it in the air. Not side kicked it, but like roundhouse kicked it in the
yeah,
air, and it
yeah.
like curved
Awesome.
in. And I was like, oh, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
And everyone else felt the same way. It was
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Well, Sam, I think you running an ultra will go viral too, man. So you
Yeah.
should do that. That should be.
Let's build up to the marathon.
yeah, for sure. You have to do a
And
marathon
then I
first,
think
but-
at that point, to be honest with you, knowing me, I'd probably be like, I can do the ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once you just like
Why are you
one at a
laughing?
time.
Wait, no, stop. Why are you laughing, sir?
You literally just told a story about how you ran in Griffith Park 2 times, or no, Runyon,
Runyon, yeah, that's
Runyon 2 times, and I'm gonna go do a Spartan thing.
Yeah.
Forgive me, forgive me for laughing at you.
Yeah. Fast forward to me in the ultra, I'm like, I messed up.
Yeah.
I messed up big time.
Okay, and then when you end up finishing it, then next time Peyton's gonna be like, okay, this guy is sitting here that I see
Yeah.
every day did it. I can go do it too.
Are you in for the marathon?
Yeah, let's do it.
You're in for the marathon?
Why not?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So you guys can be
You
running.
can
running
easily do
partners.
it.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, we even had our cousin and our friend join us at like I don't know 18 or so.
Yeah.
And they ended up doing like close to 11, 12 miles by the time they joined us and finished. And they're like, yeah, let's do a marathon next year.
Oh,
so
that's
they're
awesome.
super excited to do it. And again, like once you have a little bit of a group or some other person, like it makes it so much easier. Like you can do it on your own for sure.
Yeah.
But it is fun if you can have someone else with you.
Oh my God, I'm so excited now. This is gonna be something really look forward to.
So Wesam, is that why you brought us here in the first place? So you can be forced to run the marathon? Hayden's slapping his
It was
face.
all-
still chuckling. It's bothering me. What was that?
Is that why you brought us here? So you can do this. You're gonna do it.
So you can say it live on air that you're gonna do a marathon.
Because a lot of the people you bring on here are like actors or whatnot. Are we like the first kind of?
No, it's.
the
I mean,
guests.
it's been mostly people in the entertainment industry, yeah. But there's been people who have not ever done anything entertainment. I'm trying to think of other athletes we've brought on.
I don't think we've had an athlete,
Yeah,
so to say. Yeah.
but it's been varied. So you guys are kind of like the first.
Yeah, cool. You got the amateur athletes, which is even better. You know, you don't have like some pro.
Yeah,
here.
no, we're not
running
pros
around.
in any way, shape, or form. We're just like
amateurs.
we decided to do it and just put in a little bit of work and consistency with it.
But that's the beautiful part about it, because you guys have other lives and other goals in life and other careers and a life, but you're able to still do these amazing physical accomplishments, which I think is more relatable than somebody who's like devoted, 14 hours of their day to training
Yeah,
constantly.
true that.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I posted on one of your pictures in a Speedo because you
Oh, yeah.
swam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It popped up on my Instagram a while ago, and I was like, "What am I doing?" I look back at the things.
I sent it to you. I was like, so I don't know. I was just going through all my Facebook feed for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's right.
And I was just like, I don't know. I just wanted to go back to like where I started on Facebook and just like see how different we like use Facebook back in the day. Like constantly posting all sorts of like, I don't know, whatever rates and this and that. And I think there was one Speedo picture back when we were on swim and water polo in high school, and you're like, I don't remember exactly, like, but you're like, this should just be removed.
Yeah, the family's
now.
concerned. Everybody's asking questions.
Yeah,
something like that. It was something
Everyone's asking
ridiculous.
questions.
Yeah. It was just like, obviously, I'm just making a fun dig at you. But I was just like, because I've seen some of my past Facebook posts, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, no, that's exactly the reason why I
Posting
wanted to
this
just look at
delete
that.
some
I'm
of
like,
those,
delete it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like what Twitter is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. This is like almost 200 episodes of this podcast. I probably said something that might get me canceled. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that picture and that comment, and I'm like, I just have to share this with you again. It was like 10 years ago, and it was just amazing.
Oh my gosh, some of the things. Those memories that pop up on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's like
stuff.
that's got to stop.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about just deleting Facebook altogether.
Yeah,
but it's also nice. It's a nice historical thing. Like imagine
Historical thing.
In 30 years, if you go and look back at it, you're gonna be like even more mind blown. Like whoa, I said this.
It's really interesting to say. I don't know if I'll say it like that. I'll be like, what kind of idiot was I back then? Guys, this has been so much fun.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Yeah,
It's
that's
been a lot of fun.
awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if this will sound weird, but I was gonna say I'm proud of you guys for doing that, because that's really an amazing
Thanks,
thing.
Dad.
Thanks, Dad. I was just gonna say that too.
Yeah. It's a weird thing to say, but I'm gonna say it. I am proud of you guys.
I
No,
appreciate it.
no, because it really is an amazing accomplishment to do on top of having a regular life.
Yeah.
So, and the really cool thing is, like, you guys are showing that anybody can do this, and
Yeah, thanks, Sam.
yeah, if you need to walk it, then walk it, but
Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
make those miles happen.
just do it.
Yeah.
Just go out and do it. Sorry, Nike TM. Like just go out and do it. Yeah,
Yeah. What?
Nike trademarked.
Oh,
I don't want to get like the YouTube to take off the.
no, we're sponsored by Nike.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, just go out and do it. Whether it's for yourself, whether you're doing it for somebody else, just go out and just break the normalcy of your day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. If are you planning on coaching more people?
I don't want to be a coach. I want.
Okay.
It's kind of like a life coach thing, you know. If you're seeking to run a marathon, please reach out to me. Yeah.
What's a
I will
good
show you
place?
the way.
Instagram or?
Instagram, BTAKI, and we run with you if you want to join our team. that's a great place to come and learn how to run with like-minded people.
Great.
Ryan, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Yeah, great.
I don't know what else to add to that.
Hey, congrats. And a month from now, I'll be calling you Dr. Ryan.
Yeah.
Or Dr. Asssef.
Yeah.
That's better, right? Dr.
Yeah.
Asssef. Is better.
So, getting close.
Yeah. My brother told me I got to stop putting doctor on my frequent flyer mile stuff. Or just random things.
When the suffix or whatever.
Yeah. He's like, you got to
Or
stop
prefix.
doing that. I'm like, nah. I'm just going to see what happens.
Oh, you're just doing just
I used to do that more often, just like on newsletters or whatever. I just put doctor. My brother gets so annoyed. He's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
What if they need a real doctor? I'd be like,
because he's an actual doctor too, right? He's becoming a
yeah,
dentist.
he's got
so
a year left.
It's probably
So,
like,
yeah.
don't do.
yeah. But I'm like, well, I had a doctor of theater, like we called him Dr. Cook. So
Well, I mean, I'm not a medical doctor, but
okay.
it's a doctor of philosophy.
Yeah, there you go.
PhD.
Yeah, there you go. See,
So.
it's not bad, Daniel. Shut up, Daniel. All right, no, seriously, guys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Sam. It was an
Thank you,
honor to
Sam.
be here in
Oh.
Wesam's world. And
Yeah.
Peyton, thank you. It was
Yeah.
great, guys. It was
Thank
a
you,
great
guys.
time.
This was a blast.
This
We'll
was
have to
awesome.
do this again then, after we run the marathon.
Oh yeah, no, we should
Oh,
definitely
great.
should
Recap,
and have a little debrief, recap,
Yeah.
and just kind of reflection on
Right.
what we went through.
Literally 30 minutes after the marathon.
Yeah,
We'll come in here
right
and
after.
record.
I think that's the most optimal time because
Yes, actually.
you're just exhausted and don't want to do anything.
If we have food, I'll
We'll
be
have
here,
in
yeah.
and out.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
perfect.
We're okay. We're all here. That's it.
Dude, that sounds so good right now. All right. Play us out, Peyton. Thank you to all of our listeners and subscribers. If you enjoyed the show today, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit the bell icon and comment below if you plan on running with us next year. Yeah, join the team.
Yay.
Thank you for everything. Thank you. I'm trying to think whatever else we got. That's about it. Hey, always remember to listen. Thought I messed it up.
Oh man.
This is the first time I ever messed it up.
That is.
I'm thinking about in and out. My mouth is salivating. Always remember to listen, think, and then talk. Bye, guys.